Good evening, everyone. So, I've just noticed something really, really interesting. So, as you may know, I've been on a low reactive diet since the 14th of January, basically, which is what I'm looking at on this screen at the moment. Now, this screen is actually the app that goes along with my CPAP machine. Well, it's actually an APAP. Well, it's actually my mum's APAP because she doesn't use it. I have a CPAP, but that's a different story. So this is my mum's APAP, but I'm using it at the moment because she doesn't. Anyway, so back on the 14th of January, I was sleeping. I was needing to get at anywhere from 10 to 12 hours sleep a night. And I had the CPAP machine up on 10 for the pressure that I was needing. And I was still having clear air apneas and obstructive apneas, and a significant number of them. A number of them. I don't know whether it's significant or not. I know the sleep clinic are reasonably happy with the way it's being managed at the moment. But let's skip forward a little bit. So that's 1 week. So I'd only been on the low reactive diet for a little while, and I've had a few nights where I've had to have more sleep than average. And part of that's because I started doing a heap more. And I can't go back too far in the program with it actually keeping track of what changed. So we're up to the 22nd of February here still. And I'm still at, oh, here we go. Now, 22nd and 23rd of February, you'll notice that the number of hours that I'm sleeping has decreased significantly. Now, the main thing that has changed over this time period is my diet with the low reactive diet. And I was starting to notice that I was getting a dry mouth. And that generally is either that I've run out of moisture, liquid water in my humidity chamber, or I've got the pressure up too high. So I dropped the pressure down for the next night. And I only took it down a little bit, but it's an automatic thing, so it automatically adjusts. So the minimum pressure is 8.5, but it brought it right down to 8.9. Now, I was needing 10 before I started on this diet, or I just felt like I was not getting enough oxygen and I could not breathe. And if I go a night without using the CPAP machine, I will have migraines the next morning, even just going 2 hours without my CPAP. I end up with migraines, which means that if I'm away from my APAP machine or CPAP machine and I need to go to sleep, it creates a great deal of anxiety because I know that I'm going to end up waking up with a headache. So I mean, I still had a few nights where I've had to catch up on something. Like I've probably done something stupid, like stay up too late on a live on someone's live stream, but and my obstructive apneas there's not a lot of change there. There was quite a few there on the 3rd of March, but that's not a huge drama. And the machine, when it's in the APAP mode, it automatically detects how much pressure I need. So it's staying fairly consistent now at around the 8.8 mark. It still has the option of going up to the maximum of 11, I think is the maximum at the moment. But I am really, really excited to see what's happened here. Like I did have one night there where it was at 9. So, but it's not a huge dramatic changes everywhere, and some nights are worse than others. And I've been quite sick during this time period as well. I've had a lot of congestion, as most of you all know if you've been following my channel. I've been getting a lot of aches and pains in my joints, and that's related to the virus from what I've been told. But look back here on the 17th of March, I got down to 8.2. The minimum pressure was 8. So I'm just really stoked by what I'm seeing with this. It is just really, really exciting to see my sleep apnea seems to be improving. Oh, look here, on the 23rd of March, I had one obstructive apnea in the entire night. One obstructive apnea. I mean, look at this. This is, I mean, this night I had a few more, but so an obstructive apnea is basically when my throat constricts. So a lot of people, they can either sleep on their sides and it'll help them, or so it's something in their nasal passage that's causing them problems. I have a combination of issues. For starters, I'm allergic to dust mites, and my sinuses actually constrict while I'm sleeping. So it's an allergic reaction that I have. So it blocks the sinus passages, and having the sleep apnea machine, the CPAP machine, means that I've got that air filter on, so I don't have that problem happening. The other thing I have is my throat actually collapses while I'm asleep, which is what the obstructive apneas are. So sleeping on my side does not help me at all. Other people sleeping on this side makes a huge difference, and it decreases the snoring. If you snore, you need to have a sleep study done to see whether or not you're stopping breathing. When they did the first sleep study, I think they discovered that I stopped breathing like 20 times every hour. And it was no wonder that I couldn't think straight. My brain wasn't functioning. I had migraines constantly. And it actually did end up doing permanent damage to my brain. My brain has actually shrunk in size because of the sleep apnea. So when I see these numbers and I see these improvements happening, I am just so ridiculously over the moon with excitement. So coming up to now, and I've noticed it again tonight, last night. Like, I've actually noticed it for the last 3 nights. I don't know why I haven't adjusted the pressure at the minimum pressure. Because, yeah, it's hitting that minimum pressure. So tonight I've actually dropped the pressure down, so it's down at 7. It'll go back up to wherever I need it. So it's not a huge drama. And I'm still having obstructive apneas, but my sleep apnea is improving, guys. It is, and I am so ridiculously excited about this. It's not perfect, but it is improving. And I'm having to sleep a lot more again at the moment, and mostly that's because I'm sick and I'm in pain. So I'm actually waking up a lot during the night with the pains in my hands, which is a bit of a problem. But yeah, that's another story completely. But my sleep apnea is improving. It may not seem like a huge amount, and last night there was a very large variance in what I required. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased with these numbers. And a lot of this will be the cold. So it's actually varied quite significantly. But yeah, the minimum is fantastic, and as I said, I'm quite congested at the moment, so I'm not surprised that when it is having to do something, it's having to do a fair bit of something. So I'm very glad that I've got my CPAP machine. But yeah, anyway, I hope you found this interesting, and I'd love to hear any comments in below. And I haven't lost that much weight for it to actually have this big an impact. I wouldn't have thought that the amount I've lost. I think I've lost about 10 kilos now since I started the diet. It's been about 3 months, but I am very happy. I am very pleased. Yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel so that you can hear more about how my journey is going. Have a great one. Bless you.